I should have just started
Yeah,
the
you
music
did,
right
yeah.
when I started the...
We'll start on 10.
Yeah, we'll go on 10. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to
Where Do We Begin?
Just a podcast where five guys had a dream to do something besides open a burger joint.
Or
Sir.
smoke them.
Every time.
Here you'll hear a little bit of everything about a whole lot of nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. What's up, guys? Episode 5. We're coming
What's
to you
happening?
live.
Yo.
Episode 5.
Not live, but we're alive.
Cinco.
Yeah, it is
That was
Cinco.
kind of,
It is Cinco,
yeah.
It's very Cinco.
and that
Well,
kind of
I
got
hope-
awkward after you said that too, to be honest.
we are kicking along. We are now on YouTube, which I know this is a podcast late, but we are on YouTube. For everybody who is listening on something besides YouTube, we're there as long as they will let us stay. We're going to try our best not to do something crazy and get copyrighted and taken down. But it will be a lot more accessible. By now, our social media pages are up and rolling. Drop over there. Leave us a like. Leave us a comment. Subscribe to it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're the only ones leaving comments on our videos on YouTube. So,
And
Oh,
buy
you
our
guys saw
merch.
that?
but hey, they're good comments. So
Hey, we have actually had questions about. There's been several people asking about if we was gonna make like T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff.
I'm all for that.
So we've had
Sweatshirts?
several people.
I would rock
I think
a
we
hoodie.
should probably like buy more equipment.
But what we could do though is if we
Sell
We
shirts.
got sheet.
Hey,
Whoa.
Oh,
bro.
but
truth
if we
comes out little at a time.
if we sold shirts and got profit off of it, that could pay for our new equipment.
True.
But the
Well-
only thing is, unless we buy in bulk, then it's going to be $30 a shirt.
Mm,
So we better.
Dun,
So
dun,
we
dun.
got to have. We need a list of people that want. Hey, you want a shirt?
yeah. Well, that's
Well, we can make a list and check it twice.
Yeah.
around Christmas time. All right. So now that we have a social media account, I guess is what you call it. I'm not into the whole social game. I've got Facebook, but that's about all. Drop over there and leave us a question too, because we want to cover topics that y'all want us to cover. So yeah, go do
Yeah.
that. All right. So we're gonna get started. Levi, have you brought a topic?
I don't
to
wanna
this
go first.
Podcast. You got to go first, man.
Why do I have to go first?
Because you go last on every other podcast.
Last?
Yes.
No, I go first, dude.
No,
All right, whatever.
every time you
He
say
did
I'm
on the
going to go
la-
first.
Actually, I think on the last one he did go.
You're
first.
lying, dog, but okay.
Go ahead.
All right. What was the time when you were a kid that you did something and you knew you should have gotten in trouble for it? Like, you did something really bad.
Wow.
And you didn't get in trouble, what you saying?
Either way. So, I don't know.
I've got a perfect one.
Do you?
If y'all want me to start,
You
I
should,
will.
you should go.
Go
Is it
ahead.
really good?
I've pretty much got a story for everything. This one it takes me back to when I was probably about 9 or 10, and me and my little brother were outside playing. My dad had just got done fighting a house fire the night before, and this was on a Sunday evening. He was taking a nap between church services, resting. We were outside playing. I got the bright idea to grab me a match, or a lighter, I think is what it actually was. And I headed outside with it, and we were going to be lighting little sage grass piles. Just for the
I feel like that's some type of witchcraft.
just for the fun of it. So I started doing it, and I've got a huge foot. I wear a size 18 shoe. So
You're
as,
non?
as soon as it would start taking off, I would stamp it out and put the fire out, so we didn't have nothing to worry about. Well, Caleb was like, yeah, at some point in time, that fire is going to get away from you, and you're not going to be able to stop it. And I was like, Caleb, that's not going to happen. I'm literally putting it out as soon as I light it. Well, I had lit one before he said that, and while I was arguing with him, the one that I lit was getting away from me. So I started stomping my little foot around, and at the time, I just caught what you were saying, Papa. At the time, I was wearing like a size 13, so it was still pretty big. Anyways, it got away from me. And we've got about, 4 acres maybe of just field. and sage grass, and then half of it is woods. And that fire burnt every last square inch of that. So my dad, Caleb run in and got him, and I was just out there stomping around in the field trying to get it put out. So he walks out there, and Caleb runs and gets him, and then Caleb runs back outside and starts grabbing a water hose. And the thing is, the water hose was like 50 foot. It was another 100 foot to the fire. And I was like, Caleb, just go get a bucket and fill it up. So we started doing that. Anyways, long story short, we spent all evening putting the fire out. And we never got a spanking for it, but we were wore out at the end of it. And I think that was kind of our punishment, was the fact that we had to spend all evening putting out a fire. And I'm telling you, we were wore out. But another thing is, I don't think it really registered with my dad what all had happened. Like, I think he was just so blown away that we done something that stupid that he was just like, "What? Can I fix them? Are they fixable? Can I correct them and they not do it again?" But we didn't do it again. But yeah, that's I done something that I should have gotten tore up for. But it was basically just putting out the fire was my punishment.
On the other hand, I think I got in trouble for everything I ever done.
What was the question?
Something that you should have gotten in trouble with? Yeah. Something you should have gotten in trouble for you done as a kid. But, so I got in trouble for everything I've ever done, but two things that I can think of. Both involve vehicles. One,
I think I know where you're headed with this.
I don't know, bro. I don't know that anybody knows these two. This is hot take right here.
Okay.
The first one, me and my dad drove to Hot Springs, Arkansas to pick up my brother because he was moving back with us, and I was about 13 at the time. And so we drove to Hot Springs, Arkansas with my dad's truck. Sorry, excuse that.
I tried.
But we drove to Hot Springs, Arkansas with my dad's truck, and we picked up my brother and his friend, and they were moving back to Mississippi with us. And while we were there, we drove with the trailer, and we picked up his truck. He had a 90s model S10 that was a 5-speed, and we put it on the trailer. Well, we were about to put it on the trailer, and he met us at Walmart parking lot to put it on the trailer. And while he was inside, it was him, my dad, and his friend all inside doing something in Walmart, and I was just sitting out in my dad's truck by myself. And I was like, why sit out here? Because I knew that my brother's S10 would start without the key, that you could just like walk up and start it. I'm 13 years old, driving school to every 13-year-old. So I go out there and I get in his S10 and I drive around the parking lot. And at this time, I'm 13 and I can barely drive a stick shift, but I can a little bit. And so I never stalled, but I was just like bouncing like so many times.
We've all done it.
Yeah.
So I parked back where his truck was and got back in my dad's truck. It was like I got, off scot-free. My dad didn't catch me. My brother didn't catch me. No one caught me. I'm sitting in my dad's truck, and this cop comes up, and he knocks on the window. And so I open the door, and I'm like, "Can I help you?" And he wasn't dressed. I mean, he was off duty. He was like, "Yeah, I'm an off-duty policeman, and I just saw you getting in that truck, go drive around the parking lot and park it." He said, "How old are you?"
Old enough? Yeah. Mind your business.
I was like, 13. He was like, "Where are your parents?" I was like, "They're inside." And so he asked me for my dad's name, and I gave him a fake name.
Respect.
I wasn't in church at this time. I gave him a fake name, and he went inside Walmart, and that's it. Last I ever heard of it. I never told anybody. The second one, though, I was 15 at this time. Didn't even have my license, a permit, or anything. And my dad had a Ford Taurus. It was like a really light blue color, and he wanted me to go to Sonic. And so I went to Sonic, and I was pulling into Sonic. I wasn't paying attention, and I hit one of the yellow poles that holds the Sonic menus, the digital menus and everything. And the front bumper was just covered in yellow. I was dying. So I got back home with all the stuff, and I took it in there. By the time it was late. And so I went out there late at night, and I just scrubbed. And I got all that yellow paint off. And then there was just like some black little marks. And my dad was like, huh, I didn't see those when I bought the car. Odd. I was just like, yep.
Yep.
Odd.
You know he knew it too.
I don't know, bro. I don't
Man,
know.
you're not gonna pull something like that over on your dad. If he
I'll
buys a
pull
car,
something
he's gonna
over on
look on it.
anybody.
All right, Shane. What's something I'm sure you got something. Something you did that you should have got in trouble for.
He's trying to pick what he should tell.
No, honestly, I can't. And I mean,
Which
I'm
of
sure
the
there was
50
something, but I
stories?
can't think of anything. Honestly, I might need to call my mom real quick. Like, hey,
Wow.
Well, it don't have to be something they knew about either.
oh,
yeah.
That opens up a whole new topic.
See, that's my two.
I
Because
mean,
everything that they knew about, I got in trouble for.
see, well, I mean, I've snuck out several times.
Shane.
Is this a tell-all podcast now?
Okay, here's when it comes out.
Confession.
Well, most people know that anyways by now. I don't know if my mom does. I'll probably be getting a text right after this launch. Is like, hey, you didn't tell me about that. I'm like, I know. There's a reason.
Hence the sneaking out part.
I'd actually one time told my mom that I was going to go hang out with a friend of mine. That the friend of mine, this was a guy friend, so I don't know why she like believed this. He wanted to go watch the sunrise. I told her we were going to go to Oxford to watch the sunrise.
Do you need to finish this story?
And where I was really going was I was going to hang out with a girl, with my girlfriend at the time.
yeah, sure. Try to change it now.
I have pictures.
The sunrise.
Yeah, the sunrise, sure. And then just so to make it more believable, I got back earlier from hanging out with the girl than I thought, and I went into our church's parking lot at the time and slept in my car until the actual sunrise. That way I wouldn't be coming back home before sunrise, and she'd be like, the sun's not up yet. No.
It's up in Oxford.
But
We're
yeah.
behind the times here.
We suggest to not partake in any of these activities to all the listeners. We
Yeah.
do not support any of the behavior that you
Yeah,
hear
that
on
was
this podcast.
that was some dumb times.
Don't burn a field down. That's the first one. Secondly, don't drive a car if you're not of age and you don't know how to drive it. Third, don't sneak out to go meet a significant other
Whether it be male
or female. And I'm going to just throw this one in here. Don't go watch a sunrise with another guy if you're a guy.
Dude, we do it all the time,
all
bro.
the time, bro.
Okay.
No, it's a sunset.
Yeah, we did it.
Sunset.
We did
That's
it when
more
when we
romantic.
stayed at David's that one time too. Remember?
Yeah.
When we stayed up all night and then we went and got McDonald's and just kind of
Dude,
sat in the
that was
parking lot
fun,
watching
bro.
the sunrise.
That was a good day.
All
good
right.
day.
Papa, what you got?
Okay, so this one time, I think I was maybe 14 or 15. Me and my cousin.
You mean
Archie-
you're not that now?
Yeah. We were out at my grandparents' house, and
Oh, wrong thing.
Welcome to Where Do We Begin?
No, I meant that one. I need
Okay,
to change
go.
the colors on those because they're both green.
anyways, we were out driving around, underage, obviously, but well, we went past where we were supposed to go, and we ended up running out of gas, and then the truck died. After we tried to
when
put
you run
gas
out
in
of
it.
gas. Oh,
No,
I got
yeah.
Bro, they're
like-
living our life, man.
Did somebody weird come up to y'all and ask for a ride to the boat dock?
No, but every person that drove by, my cousin tried to wave down to stop, and nobody
That's
stopped.
sketchy, bro.
And
Yeah.
it's back out, like, I don't even know where it's at, bro.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, Levi.
it was interesting.
We haven't
All right.
heard yours.
I don't know how to just like ease this in, but I was a pretty like messed up kid, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, my
No, I've heard stories. You were a
yeah,
little messed
I know. So we had a little Yorkie. Is that what it's called? Is that?
I know the
You know what
story.
I'm talking about? All right. I don't remember getting in trouble for this, but I feel like I probably should have been. So, I love this dog, right? I love this dog a lot, but the dog did not love me. All right. So there would be days.
Shout out to Shane's love life.
He's leaving.
I'll see you guys later.
Okay, there'd be times where my parents would like just. I don't know how I should tell this. So one day I was just playing, jumping on.
That was wrong, Jesse.
I was jumping on a bunch of pillows and blankets, right? And my mom walked in. And she was like, "Levi, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Playing with the dog." And she's like, "Ellie, where's the dog?" And I was like, "Under the pillows and blankets." So I guess at this point I just wanted to have fun with the dog.
Did
so
you just kill a dog?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So
I was really
just
thinking that.
Also, I was jumping off of a bed onto the dog.
And you didn't kill the dog?
No, dude, this dog was tough.
Okay.
This dog was built.
What kind of dog was it?
I'm
Yorkie.
ready. I can't wait till we get like video for these things because I think it'd make it way more funny when you can actually see our expressions for this type of stuff.
Also, another time, same dog.
It was a trooper.
Yeah, I feel bad for this dog, bro. Like honestly, but I love this dog, bro. I don't know why. So one day, I had the dog and it had the leash and everything. So I hooked the leash up to it, and my mom walks in to me holding this leash, flinging this dog around, bro. I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen just doing twirls, and this dog is off the ground flying, bro, doing 360s. And I was just flinging this dog, and my mom was like, "Levi, what are you doing?" I was like, "Playing with the dog." Anyways, so it got so bad that whenever I get home from school, the dog would hear me get home. And she would start shivering, bro. Like the dog would start shaking and she would go hide.
Not the covers.
Yeah, for real. So then the dog...
Not the gumdrop buttons.
The dog ended up running away,
We'll
I
have to
think.
say
I'm
that.
not sure what really happened to the dog, if it really ran away or my parents just got rid of it. Because, I was
we don't know how much
torturing that
longer
dog.
he can survive.
Probably not much. Probably not much more than that. Also, I never got in trouble for that, which I don't know. I guess my parents were like, he's just a kid. Also, I had a pet fish.
Normal.
I don't know what it was. My parents really thought I was going to be a serial killer. Like, I'm not playing. So, dude, I had this fish, and I was
not
like,
too late.
dude, I had a fish, and I really liked the fish. It was black, and it looked really cool. That's all I remember. But then I was like, I want to pet the fish. So, dude, I pull it out. It's in my hand, bro, and I'm petting it. And I remember this. I remember this like distinctly. I dropped the fish on the floor.
Oh, no.
And then I was like, "Oh, bro, why'd you do that for?" So I picked up. What's up?
Go ahead.
I picked the fish up. I kept petting it. I threw it back in the bowl. And dude, my mom comes home and it's floating. And I didn't know I killed it.
Oh, no.
I was sad.
You know what would have made that story about 10 times better?
What?
If you said that you put pillows on that fish and you jumped on it just like the dog.
If you put the fish under the pillows and you jumped it on the bed, what are you doing?
Or if you had it leap on the leash and you were just spinning the fish around in 360.
I don't know how that dog pushed through all
How
that,
it made
bro.
it.
Like, yeah.
Hey, dogs are tough. I dropped one off of our deck one time. I was like, surely it won't break his legs if I drop him. And I just dropped him.
But this was a Yorkie, bro.
This was a Chihuahua, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Like a baby Chihuahua.
Oh,
But he made it. It didn't break his legs. So, Jesse, you said you had a couple topics.
Yeah, well, I'll start with one. And so I'll announce the topic, and then after I announce the topic, I'll tell y'all why this topic came to mind, and then that'll give y'all time to think about, your answer. Okay. So the topic is something that I guess was very embarrassing that happened to you as a kid or even recent. And so
Do we have to?
yes, absolutely.
I feel like Shane's story is gonna be so golden. It's gonna be so good.
Yes, it's going. So I'll give my story too. But the reason I thought about this is so you'll probably hear a lot about actually the zoo trip that Collins and I took. Not just us, but with our families today. Yeah. And so anyhow, we were in the aquarium at the zoo today, and it was all our families. And so, and I know there might be some listening that don't know each of us personally, so I won't say names. I'll just say my mom was in there, and my nephew and all the family. But anyhow, we were in the aquarium. There's a pretty good amount of people in there. And my nephew just starts like running and is about to leave the place. And my mom's watching him. So my mom yells in the aquarium, and it's loud. There's like tons of people in here, all of these families. But so my mom yells, and I won't give his last name, but my mom yells, "Aiden, call!" And whenever she said that first and that middle name, that entire aquarium just was silent. Everyone knew that somebody was in trouble, and he just stopped and just looked at her, and everyone was just like watching, like, okay, it's about to go down. And I just can't imagine how embarrassing that had to be for him. I'm telling you, that entire place did not care what fish was in there.
Wow.
Their eyes were focused on Aiden Kyle.
Wow, that's hilarious.
So now that I gave my topic, Cody, an embarrassing time for you, brother.
Middle school.
All of it?
All of it. No, I was a very different child.
You were 6'4" in kindergarten with a size 9 shoe.
All right, so I was into whatever was not normal, and my aunt and her boyfriend at the time were going to auctions. Or is my great aunt? My aunts are married, all of them, so it wasn't any of them. But it was my great aunt and her boyfriend went to auctions every Friday night. So we were all for that, me and my brother. So we would go with them to the auction. Well, every little thing that would pop up that we were like at all interested in, we would beg her to buy them for us. So the whole night it went on, and me and Caleb thought if we don't say nothing until the very end, she'll think they've been very good, so we'll get them something. Well, Caleb got a knife. It was $9. It was one of these oversized knives that's made out of like aluminum or something that doesn't last no time, but we thought it was the coolest thing ever. Then it was my turn to get something, and I had to stay within that same price range, even though I was obviously the favorite of the two of us.
Obviously.
Obvious.
So these shoes come up, and I'm like, that is what I'm getting. Those shoes are me. So at the time, and I still kind of am, I'm just not I don't really follow football like I would want to, I guess. I don't know. I'm not into it. I don't care who's playing. I like watching football if it's on at the restaurant or something. But at the time, I was like all into the Tennessee Volunteers. And they're still my favorite team. Not a sponsor. We'll still take it, though. But these shoes were clear. And they were Nike, but they were knockoff Nike. So
Hold on. Clear.
They were clear.
Oh, you never seen clear shoes?
Nah.
Bro, it exists. It shouldn't.
It
should not.
Kind of like Crocs, but whatever.
So these
that's
shoes.
a hot take.
Yeah, I don't care. They can come at me, bro.
4-wheel drive.
That makes me mad. Doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
These shoes would have made you mad. They had an orange Nike swoosh that was turned around backwards.
They said Mike on the back of them.
What? The swoosh was turned the opposite way.
Yo, that's actually a design though. Like Nike does that. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so they may have been legit Nikes.
Were they Eakins?
Eakins.
Eakins.
Well, they had orange soles.
That's wrong one again.
Again,
Oh my god,
bro, you're gonna have to learn, bro.
We're hiring a new media.
That just so happens to have a lot of equipment. So they had the orange sole with white around the edges. So when you look in this shoe, it looks orange, but it's got a clear coat around it because the shoe was made clear. The shoestrings were orange. So I was like, these are these shoes. And like I said, I've always had a big foot. So this was middle school Cody with a foot that was way out of proportion for his body. So I said, let me draw attention to my feet. And she got these for me, and I wore them constantly. But I don't know if you're supposed to wear them without socks or with socks.
No.
So
You're just not supposed to wear them.
I wore them with my white Hanes on. Because
We
that's
said.
So it just
I
looked
thought you were
like
asking
white
about
shoes.
socks.
do what?
I thought you were asking about socks.
What do you mean?
You said your white Hanes. I thought you were asking about socks.
Oh. They make socks too. I didn't say fruit of the loom. But yeah, they were an embarrassing, but I loved them. Like, I was embarrassed that I loved them, but I still wore them. And they got nasty quick. But all you had to do is put them under the sink for a little while. Little Windex.
Little Windex.
Little Rain-X to keep the water off of it.
I'm sorry. That's
All right, Levi. Are you?
No, I'm good.
All right,
That was my
Levi.
story.
I don't.
When
like,
did you get embarrassed, brother?
I don't really like have that I can think of. What?
Oh, you never got embarrassed.
Oh, I have, but like I can't like. There's nothing.
He's embarrassed right now.
There's nothing that I've been like, oh, this is real. But all right, this happened last night, and I'm just gonna say it because this is kind of like I did
Okay,
get embarrassed.
I like a recent story.
Dude, nah, chill. Dude, so we went to Brooks to go talk to Elijah, and
You're gonna get Elijah in trouble. Brooks is gonna be calling him like, "Hey."
no, he was getting off, so we were just gonna wait. We were just
okay,
gonna wait
okay,
with him for
okay.
like a couple minutes until he had to go. So then, we all got out of the car. In the car that we were in, the door, like the passenger seat that I was in, the door was broke. So like I can't get out. And then I didn't even really want to go in because like I don't really like going into places in general. Like, I'm gonna be real.
So you're just
So, look,
outside all the time?
basically. So like they all go inside, and I'm just sitting. I didn't really want to go in, but then everybody left, and I was like, I'm kind of sad now. I'm gonna go in. So again, I can't use my door, right, dude? So I'm like, the only option to get out is to crawl across to the driver's seat and open the door and crawl out, right? But I knew I made an error that day, bro, because when I left the house, I left my belt at home.
Oh, no.
I remember specifically looking at the belt. I was gonna put it on, but I was like, you know what? We're not gonna really do anything today. So I was like, I'm not gonna wear my belt.
It's a no belt
Left
kind
it.
of day.
Yeah. So then,
I think we all know what happened.
I climb over and I'm like, I make awkward eye contact with the girl working inside. As I'm like halfway, like on the other side. So I get the door open, which was kind of a struggle because I had to like, push.
Yeah, I got
so
you.
then I
You had
start,
to push the door open. That's all.
it was hard, dude. So I start crawling out, and my
Rear
pants, dude. I'm on my left side, crawling out sideways, right? Because I'm a bigger dude and I had to like get in between the steering wheel and stuff. So I'm pushing up in the steering wheel, got the door open, my hands on the floor, the ground. My pants get caught on the seat, bro. So then, dude, I'm like, it's too late to turn back now because like I can't grab on anything to put myself back in. So I got my one hand on the ground. I look back up to make sure I'm not making awkward eye contact with the girl inside. We're not. It's all good.
Oh,
So
that would've
then,
been perfect,
dude,
though.
I pull out and like, I keep getting like, I'm still like crawling outside the car. My pants are getting caught even more, bro. They're getting caught even more. And they get pulled down like
Oh,
one
no.
side. I get on the ground, bro. I'm like, you know what? I hope I can't look behind me. So I'm like, I hope there's not a lot of people here, which it was like, what, 8, 9 o'clock. So there wasn't many people there. I get out. Oof. So then I hit the ground and I felt the concrete on the whole left side of me, bro. And I didn't realize it was that bad. Like I didn't realize this, like the seat got me that bad. But then I hit the ground really hard. I felt it. The coolness, the whole coolness on the left side of me.
That wet gravel. just
Yeah, I
all-
was like, oh no, I messed up. So then, dude, no, that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was getting up.
Oh, no.
Because then, like, that was like the dignity got torn away from me. Like, so I just slowly got up. I look around, put my pants up. Dude, I shut the door like nothing happens. I walk in, I talk to him, bro, and I'm like, it's all good.
But what's funny though is that he has a class with that girl.
Yes,
Oh,
and I
no.
never
So
talked to
if
that
she
girl
would've seen-
ever.
if
Have
she
y'all
would've
ever
seen-
watched the sunset? Sunrise?
No, I'm good.
They don't get to school that early.
So I think that was pretty embarrassing, but nobody saw me, so it was good.
I didn't even know that story, and he was in my car. Like, I didn't know the full story.
Shane,
funny.
your story?
I haven't said nothing yet.
We're already enjoying it.
Well, there's a few. I'm trying to think of which ones would be the best one. Well, I sat on a lawnmower one time thinking that'd be a good idea. Not a riding lawnmower, a push mower.
Oh my goodness!
I was young, so I wore shorts when I was younger, and my godmother was mowing the yard, and I thought it'd be fun if she could just mow the yard and just push me around on the lawnmower. And I sat down, and that thing, it took me a few seconds for it to click. And I sat down, and next thing I know, I felt like it bite me right there by my knees. And when I say I hopped up.
So she let you sit down on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
She didn't
Did
say,
she like you?
That's not good.
I still have scars on my legs from where I sat down. Like right there, right on the insides of my knees, I have 2 scars from where I sat down on that lawnmower. We had a pool at the time, and I just closed and all. I just ran and just jumped straight over into the pool. I broke the pool. It spilt over, and it just that was one of the times. There was another time where I had one of those little Playmobil wagons, little plastic wagons, not the metal ones, the plastic ones, and me and my friend thought that it'd be a good idea. We have this really steep hill going down in front of our house. And me and my friend thought it'd be a really good idea to ride that wagon down the hill. And we was thinking,
you cannot steer?
You can steer it.
Oh, wait.
Not from the inside of the wagon.
Right.
It's very touchy.
Yeah. So, and again, plastic wheels, so not very much traction. But we thought that'd be a good idea. Well, there was a guy coming up the hill as we started going down. So what we tried to do is we tried to steer clear of the guy. He was in a truck. And when we tried to steer clear, it didn't. So it was like, what happened is the guy tried to miss us. We tried to miss him. And the wagon went sideways just because...
Yo, dude, where'd you get that?
Where did you get that? The wagon went sideways because I don't know if I can finish this. The wagon went sideways with us in the wagon. I don't know. I don't even know, dude.
Well, hold on. What was that?
Did you get hit?
No, I did not get hit. He missed me by a good bit. We ended up in the ditch.
Oh my!
But kind of like Levi's story. My shorts got caught on the wagon, and when I went flying, the shorts stayed on the wagon.
Oh no!
And this was before like a boxer brief kind of
Oh,
years.
no.
So it was. I was gone. Bro.
Another mistake I made that night.
Yeah, that was So yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad for me.
What about you, Papa?
I don't know, to be honest. I know, to me, it's kind of like what happened today at the zoo with your mom.
You have
and
no
me.
enthusiam in your voice at all.
I know.
None.
I'm sorry.
I
can't help it,
one
bro.
from you though, from the zoo.
What?
At the end, that guy.
No, I'm not telling that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wait.
it's definitely, though, whenever my mom decides to yell at me when we're in public. Just doing stupid stuff.
All of us.
It's
5,
funny
10,
because-
15 yesterday.
But it's funny, though, because just about every time that she yells at me is here, and I'm with Shane. Like,
There's a correlation.
yeah. But it's all good. It's all good.
That's it.
No, it's
See, I
all
don't
good.
relate to that because, like, ethnically, my mom be like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, my eyes dark. I don't even know where she's at, but somehow I'm straight to her, and I'm like,
Did she start
snap
reaching
out
for her
like-
sandals?
I'm going right there. I don't know what's happening. Oh, and dude, it also really messed me up because like other parents do it sometimes, and I'm like, yo, what's up? What you need?
Like, yo, you snapped almost just like my mom.
For real.
Whose child is this?
So should we start that new segment now?
Let's do it. Oh wait, hang on. Let Jesse
I
go
gotta tell
first.
my embarrassing
Tell
story.
us when you were.
Oh, did you not?
No.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay then.
They're intimately staring at each
Yeah, I
other
don't
right
know
now.
why
and I
this
don't
is
like
really
this.
awkward.
It's beautiful.
And they make fun of
You
me
guys
for
wanna-
going and watching the sunset with another guy.
Exactly.
So, and they're
so
over
it's
here.
not even that weird.
So what happened was Cody, I guess suggested an embarrassing topic for me, which was embarrassing, but it wasn't too embarrassing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I only experienced it.
It
with
was just
Cody
really
and Caleb.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
for him.
Anyhow, so I think a more embarrassing, like because it happened publicly,
Yeah.
was I have to go back to middle school as well, just like you did. And
Rough years.
I was an average sized kid in middle school. I did not have size like 34 shoes. I think I wore 34 pants though. So back in middle school, I got in trouble and I got my cell phone taken away from me.
Aw.
I know it was rough, and that's not the embarrassing part. But so we go to this salon, and so like I'm grounded and everything. I can't hang out with anybody. So I go to the salon with my stepmother and my stepsister, and like I'm literally just sitting there watching because that's the only thing I can do. And my stepmom, after my stepsister gets some highlights in her hair or her hair dyed or something, my stepmom tells me that if I let the salon person do something to my hair, then I can get my phone back. But I have to let them dye something on my hair. So I was like, all right, whatever. And so this salon person was like very like punk rockish or whatever. And what she done, and mind you, I had curly hair. Usually I kept it straight on the sides and curly on top. She literally took my bangs, and my hair's like really, really dark brown, almost black. She dyed my bangs blonde. I didn't even have bangs, but she made them blonde. And so like she did like a little punk rock, like faux hawk or whatever she called, and it looked decent at the salon. And I was like, all right, whatever. I got my phone back. I went to school the next day.
You woke
Bro.
up and went straight to school, didn't fix your hair.
I didn't fix it like that.
Yeah.
I just combed it down.
Yeah.
And so it was just like blonde from there down. I cannot tell y'all how bad I was made fun of. I literally, as soon as I got off the bus at home, I went and I cut those bangs off.
Just the bang.
I promise. I just literally took scissors. I don't even know how straight it was. A bad haircut would have been better than what I got picked on for that day. I was way too embarrassed.
Well,
I had blonde hair one time. It wasn't like
You were embarrassed, weren't you?
no.
You should have
It
been.
was on purpose.
It wasn't blonde. It was.
No,
Well,
that
I've
was
had
when we-
blonde
I
hair. This was
remember that.
before then. I had the silver hair when I come here, and then it turned blonde.
It
Oh,
looked
I got-
purple.
That's what I remember.
It was like
Yeah.
purple.
it was like a purple hue.
Yeah.
It was all
It
kind
had
of
it looked purple in certain lights because it was cake yellow. It looked like cake batter, and then I used purple toner to turn it, and it turned it silver. So it went silver.
It was literally, those things you get at the fair that you turn the light on and it's got all the microfibers. That,
Yeah,
That's what his
Yeah.
hair looked like
Yeah.
with a purple light.
several people thought I was weird, but. Should we announce this before we start it, or like
No,
just
start
go
it.
for
It'll
it?
announce itself. New
Okay.
segment, guys.
All right.
Is that
Hey Shane, what about Dino Nuggies?
Dino Nuggies. What is that, you may ask? Oh, it's just a new segment where we eat dino nuggets and Shane tells us a story about dinosaurs. All right, boys.
All right. So I've got a few fun facts about dinosaurs. Starting
you
with
really brought down.
you really did it, dude.
Respect, man.
I don't lie, bro.
Wait, what, bro? You just like
He just
you
won.
didn't even see
Are
what
they-
kind of dinosaur you had. Are they all the same?
Nah, bro.
I've got a.
I don't even know what mine
I
is.
10 out of 10 got a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got the dragon, dude.
Did you have a rider on
I don't
him?
know what this is, bro.
Someone saddled up on your dinosaur.
Y'all know in Ice Age the turtle thing?
What is this, dude? I don't even know.
Yo,
It's some kind of fish.
we should probably learn dinosaurs.
Is it? Dang.
Yo, you're munching over there, bro.
Oh, okay.
I feel so bad
Okay.
for Michael Blake right now. Like, we are literally taking his dinosaur nuggets.
He can use his diet.
Cody's like, no, it's not mine.
Okay. The brain of a stegosaurus.
Who is smacking in the microphone?
That's me. No. The brain of the stegosaurus was about the size of one dense Brazil nut.
Wow. No wonder that they're not here anymore.
One dinosaur.
So, if you listen to episode 4, which hopefully you did.
You're doing that on purpose, bro.
If you listen to episode 4, you would have heard Shane's hot takes on dinosaurs and dragons.
Raptors
and,
or chickens?
all that conspiracy about all that type of stuff. Well, in that, he made the mention. I got a picture. He made the mention that...
You mean he made mention of?
Yes. No, he didn't make mention of this picture. But he said that nobody had ever found a dinosaur.
Did you go home and research this?
No.
A T-Rex?
I did today at the zoo. Nobody had ever found a dinosaur
Full dinosaur skeleton.
I want y'all to tell me what this is right here.
No, look.
Oh, that's legit, too.
That is legit, bro.
What
That
it
is
is-
at the zoo.
What it is, though, no, they do have dinosaur skeletons, like they look fully assembled and everything, but they're not. All their bones are not from the same dinosaur. They just put it together what looks like it fits.
I want the viewers to know, because you can't see this, but the picture I showed was clearly a fake skeleton that was hand painted. But I do have to say that I did see three dragons.
Dragons,
We saw
yeah.
3 dragons.
Anyways,
did.
continuing the segment, one dinosaur could run nearly 40 miles an hour.
Good grief. But hippos, they can they? It's swimming.
They can move.
They can swim fast. They
I
can't
think
run
so.
fast. That's crazy.
Okay. The name Velociraptor means, hey, ask me what it means.
Hey Shane, what does it mean?
Speedy thief.
Is that really what it means?
That's really what it means.
Also known as turbo chicken.
Okay. All right. Some dinosaurs, such as the Apatosaurus,
We know where this is going. Apatosaurus, please.
may have been able to break the sound barrier with their tails.
No way.
Stop.
And then
Whoopsh. Whoopsh.
Y'all
Okay.
ready for the newest song?
okay. This one's the last one, and it is probably the most haunting. Prison officials have used the children's song. Hey, ask me what children's song.
Hey Shane, what children's song?
I Love You by Barney the Purple Dinosaur as a form of torture at Guantanamo Bay.
Oh my goodness. That would be torturous.
And that has been Dino Nuggies with Shane.
Well,
you.
I gotta
Nice.
say, that was pretty neat. I didn't know any of those things.
Imagine making people cry from listening to from Barney.
Was that last one a dinosaur fact?
No, it's good. It doesn't matter.
But it was still a
It,
good
it
fact.
included Barney
Yeah.
the Purple
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Well, could you imagine?
A midget?
Could you imagine being
a
like
midget?
That was a short
being in,
thought.
That's offensive.
But can you imagine being in Guantanamo Bay and just hours on hours on hours, just I love you, you love me.
And it's echoing through the hallways.
Yeah, that just
Nah.
So they've got TVs there?
probably not.
Could you imagine
Probably just speakers.
like after they get done eating their lunch and dinner, though, they play.
Here's a
You know,
topic.
clean
What song
up
would y'all like to be?
body, Evan.
Or hang on, what song would y'all not like to be tortured with?
There's a song called Easy Street. It's not it.
No,
It's not
absolutely
it.
No,
Mm,
it would torture you if you had to listen to
it's
it.
worse than I'd rather listen to Barney.
Mine would be Baby Shark. I know it's very cliche and very obvious,
can
but
respect
man,
After about one bar,
oh
it's
yeah,
done. Yeah.
I don't care who's playing it; it gets old.
Friday by Rebecca Black.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. Can we
Can
go
you-
back to the embarrassing?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was one time.
Do you have any more of those Dino Nuggets?
I got one more. If you promise not to chew in the mic,
Okay, I'll mute my mic.
Yes,
we're gonna lose viewers.
there was one time that I picked up Cody and Caleb from school at TC, and it was a Friday, cliche. But I pulled up and I was bumping Rebecca Black. It was
Respect.
Friday, and then there was just everybody outside. It was wonderful. I peaked that day. I was a full dad, and I was only like 20 years old.
You weren't 20 years old.
No, I was probably like
You were you were in college, so you would have
Yeah,
been 19,
maybe 18,
roughly
19.
18, 19.
maybe close to 20.
And you had the rodeo. You had the rodeo too.
Yeah,
So it was way before.
yeah.
Actually, you may not have been out of high school. You may have gotten out for the day and come back
Maybe
to
so.
Iuka. Yeah, yeah. That was pretty funny. Do you have a topic, Shane?
I have two topics.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
Let them roll.
Besides the dinos.
Yeah, besides that, we don't. That's a segment. Not a
That
topic.
segment's over.
Okay, I have first one, and this is kind of a meme online. You've probably heard it, but I just want to hear you guys' thoughts. What's something that feels illegal but is not illegal?
Cream cheese. What was it? What was that? I don't know. I'm just gonna leave that alone. It's an inside joke, but yeah, I don't.
It feels
Something that feels illegal but is not illegal.
illegal.
Kind of like walking out of the store without buying something.
That's illegal.
It does feel
It
illegal.
does.
Like you just feel like they're like watching you. It's like, is he stealing?
We've been there.
Yes. Actually,
You weren't there.
While they're getting their thoughts together, I want to say this because I think every adult feels this way when they leave their parents' house. Like staying out somewhere past curfew
Oh yeah,
and like doing whatever you want in your own home.
yeah. And that may
Drinking
not be,
out of the milk jug, eating
Yeah.
peanut butter.
as soon as you move
You're getting
out.
wild with the peanut butter, dude.
Oh, eating a full gallon of popcorn
Yeah.
in one sitting.
And then you start gaining weight, and you know I've got to stop, or I'm gonna be. I can't even get out of my chair. But like, you'll experience it when you move out on your own officially. Just doing what you want to, especially
Whenever.
like my parents, and I love that they've done this. We couldn't watch movies or play any kind of games on weeknights, and this was way back when school went Monday through Friday until 3:00 every day, and then you had the bus ride home.
And you had to walk uphill both ways in the
Yeah,
snow.
both ways, barefooted with one leg. But
Did it just grow?
it's like when I became a senior, or not even that, when I became a junior, they started letting us watch movies or whatever, which we just watched Andy Griffith and played racing games on the PlayStation. But that felt illegal because our whole life we hadn't been able to do that. And for some reason, Caleb got to start that when he was a sophomore. No, he was a freshman. No. I don't know. I think he was in eighth grade, but I had to wait until I was a junior, and then he got to do it, and it just carried on out with him. So I guess I was the issue there. Yeah. Also, after you've been grounded, whatever you got grounded from, the first day you're allowed to do that again, it feels like I'm not supposed to be doing this. But what about you, Papa? Speeding? Wait, that is illegal.
That is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's illegal.
But it's all good. I do it anyways. So,
What?
yeah. I said, but it's all good because I do it anyway.
You know, your mom probably listens to this.
She knows I speed too.
Does she speed?
All the time,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
She
yeah,
says she
she-
doesn't, but she does.
Listen, nobody on here knows. I mean, you might know her, but I'm not going to name her. But she does speed. I tried to keep up with her on the way to zoo today, and we're just like, oh, forget it. We'll just type it in our GPS. She was flying.
She got us to camp quick back
But
in
yeah,
the
She
day.
gets there. I bet she waited like 30 minutes at the zoo
Wow.
on us.
What about you, Levi? What's something
I don't really
legal
have
that
any
feels
like
illegal?
that.
Going to the chalk mines.
I don't
That
know if
feels
that's
illegal.
That's not. I don't think.
No, that's the kind of stuff we do all the time.
I think that's
Yeah, but
legal.
that's a normal for us
Yeah.
though. Like that's just.
I think that's legal though.
I don't know.
What about buying toilet paper to roll yards?
That doesn't. It just feels
Yeah.
like buying toilet paper to roll yards.
Isn't that
Yeah,
technically?
but well, the rolling the yards,
rolling
might-
yards.
right,
Yeah.
but buying the toilet
The
paper
rolling
isn't
the
illegal.
yards.
Yeah, buying the toilet paper isn't legal,
Okay.
but
okay.
it sure feels
It does,
illegal.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you're about to do something like, you know,
What about you, Shane?
I don't know.
So you got a topic you ain't got to answer?
Yeah, that's exactly
Everything he does is illegal.
Is illegal.
right. Basically, yeah.
All right, I got a quick.
bad boys.
I got a quick, easy topic. What would be the top thing on your bucket list?
What do you mean?
the top thing you want to do before you
To
die.
do?
Yeah.
You're being really like weird right now. You're just like, what do you mean? Huh? To do?
I don't know. I don't want.
That is not illegal.
Are you asking me? I don't know. You go to somebody else.
Shane, I know you want to drive around a racetrack somewhere.
That was literally what I was about to say.
Look at there.
But I'd like to go skydiving too. I really
10 out
want
of
to go
10.
skydiving.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
I can't get. My mom wants to go too, but she's always busy, and I can't ever find anybody else that'll go with me.
Look across the table, bro.
Hey, bro, whenever you're free, let's go, dude.
This summer.
All right, let's do it.
This summer.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
All right,
Do they
I'm
have a
down.
weight limit?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Well,
Then maybe
hang on.
we shouldn't.
Put,
It's 2:30.
The weight limit?
Is it really?
No, but
Papa, you gonna be all right?
What do you weigh? 23?
LeBron James.
All right, so let's start a diet and then go skydiving.
If I get down below 230, I'm gonna look like a beanpole walking around.
And it might differ though, because the one I did was in Kentucky. So you know, and
Yeah, they don't know how to skydive. Do
Their
they?
instructors were really short too, so they
Ah.
got somebody that's a little.
I'll get Bubba over here now. You can airport to take me.
He'll go up.
500 pounds.
So since you've been skydiving, what's your bucket list?
Mine. Oh, that's. I don't know. I'd say my bucket list would probably be something to do with my kids when like they're old enough, and I hate to keep going back to the zoo, but like they didn't really care about the zoo today. I got a 2-year-old and almost a
So like
month-old.
Disney World when they're 8.
Not Disney World because I can't.
You can't do it.
I'm going to
Six
but
Flags?
I don't know. Maybe it's just somewhere that blows their mind. And
Disney
even like
World.
my wife. Too.
Universal Studios.
Maybe so. I guess it depends on what they're because they might not be into that stuff. You know, they might.
Your
they
son
might-
loves cars.
That's true. But you know, whether it's like the Grand Canyon or going camping somewhere, just somewhere that like literally makes my kids and my wife be like, this is
Skydiving.
Yeah, like where they're like, this is one of the greatest moments that I've ever lived.
Yeah.
Like I want to do that and them understand.
Throw that kid out of a plane.
He will
That's
never
true.
forget that as long as he
We'll
lives
never
all the
forget
way
that.
down.
That might be what it is. It might be just a family
with your
skydiving
kid.
one day.
Yeah. Has your son seen Tomater in Burnsville?
We've never stopped.
Y'all need to stop.
I asked
He would
Dosha that.
flip.
Yeah, I know he would have a good time
He
with
would
that.
absolutely flip.
Yeah, and
He
it's
probably-
always there.
He probably let you take a picture with him
Maybe
and everything. Levi, bucket list.
this might sound dumb. It's actually not, but it's like
It's your
this
bucket
is something I
list.
would want to do. Probably to work on my dream car.
Like build it
Yeah.
from scratch, or
Not build it from
but
scratch, but yeah,
do
What's
what
your dream
Shane-
car?
Skyline.
Ooh.
R33 or 32.
I could see you rolling in one of those.
Ooh, I like that.
Black.
I'm thinking, what's that?
Right.
Galaxy Purple.
Ooh,
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? That's what I want.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably my dream. for
Would you
sure.
like go all the way down in the front and the back, or just a little bit in the back? Or
No, just go down just enough to get rid of
Yeah.
the wheel gap, bro.
I
to
got
get that wheel fitment
Yeah.
looking
But
nice?
pop off.
Mine would definitely
I
be.
feel like that's gonna happen. Like I feel like I'm
I'm gonna
see
make it happen, bro.
Levi rolling
I
up
don't
into
care.
the parking
We're gonna
lot.
start a GoFundMe to make that happen.
I'm
I'm
just
just
gonna
kidding.
make
Shane's
it
gotta
happen.
finish
That's
his
all on
first.
you, bro.
I'm gonna make it happen.
Shane wants
Oh,
a
yeah.
sunset. Levi wants a skyline. All right, Papa. What about you?
Definitely bungee jumping.
Bungee
for sure.
jumping?
Yeah.
Like the ones where you go off of a cliff.
Yes.
Have y'all seen them? The videos where they mess with people. They'll be like, they'll make them sit in a chair. If they're nervous to jump, they'll make them turn around and sit into a chair, and they'll catch them by surprise because the people are not going to jump by their own free will. Their mind won't let them do it. So they'll be like, oh, I need to go latch this, and they'll turn around and they'll turn back around and kick the people off, and the chair is attached to the platform, so it don't go nowhere.
So they just slide off.
Well, they just fall backwards into the bungee jump.
I feel like that'd make it worse.
I don't know. Could you imagine like that actually be like you pay to get blindfolded and just get kicked off of a cliff?
They don't blindfold them. They set them down because you sign a waiver saying you're going to jump.
Yeah.
They've already went through tons of money. It don't matter if you want to or not. You're jumping. So if you're like, I can't jump, they'll bring you a chair up there
Yeah.
They'll be like, it's
I'd rather
okay.
them just push me.
But
Maybe
could you imagine the suspense though? If like you paid for, and like you don't know when it's going to happen, and like they don't do like a set
But you
time.
don't think it's going to happen. That's the thing. They'll be like, it's going to be okay.
Like they're going to say that they're going to go latch a cable
we're
or
going
something,
to go
and then
latch
they'll just
this,
push
and
it.
they'll turn around and they'll turn back around and kick you off of it. And so you're into it. So, and like 9 times out of 10, the people love it and they're glad it happened that way.
Oh, definitely.
You know, but I would kind of be scared to
What
jump
happened
off.
to the 10th person?
I'd rather get pushed.
He sued
His family sued, actually.
because they never attached what they said they were going to attach.
my bucket list is very corny, and it's very like redneck.
You're going to go see the bald nubbers or something.
Can I throw something in that real
Go
quick
ahead.
though? If you think about it, if you're not attached, you go from bungee jumping to just falling. Like your activity completely changes.
You know what's scary though is like once it snaps. I don't know. Never mind.
All right, go ahead.
Well, mine would definitely be to drive a Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee,
Yeah.
to drive
Like a real
one.
one? Like the real one or like a...
like you go to a place that they've got set up for you.
Oh, like a...
Like, no jumping, you know, because you can't.
But it's
really-
got to be like dirt track.
Yeah, like a
So,
dirt track that
yeah.
you just drive. You get to drift around it and stuff like that.
Why
would
don't
be
just buy one and go, like...
well, because it's hard to find those cars thanks to the Dukes of Hazzard, and yeah, and they're expensive when you find them if they're legit, you know. But that would be I would. I've got a tie for first place on a lot of stuff that I would like to do, but that would just be one that's different from what everybody
That'd
else
be
has said.
It'd be cool.
Just to be able to drive that car around.
So, did we get everybody's? Did we get everybody's?
KO didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go?
All right.
Oh, what's yours?
Actually, I've got a story first.
Oh, good.
Story.
Yeah.
Bring it.
So today at the zoo,
At the zoo.
Dude.
at the zoo, it was at the zoo. It was at
It's
towards
a
Zoo
monkey.
day.
We're
It's
fixing
at
to
the
leave.
zoo.
And
Not
me
sponsored.
and a few other people were sitting down. And I mean, we were just chilling, watching the birds, you know. Well, my
was the
sister
signal?
Who was the person?
is Addison.
Oh, I got you.
Anyways, well, we were sitting there and we were just minding our business, right? Well, my sister turns around and looks at her.
Were y'all though? Does Addison ever mind her business?
Anyways, my sister looked at her and was. My sister looked at her and was like,
I'm gonna leave that in there.
"Yo,
We
you
have
got
that
some
kind
in
of
your
relationship.
hair." Well, she started feeling around. I swear, bro. She started feeling around in her hair, and the bird pooped in her hair.
Oh,
You know it feels illegal saying pooped on the podcast.
Yeah,
Oh man.
but it was interesting. It was very
That is
funny.
awesome.
I thought she was gonna die.
Yeah.
So
it was great.
what's your bucket list?
Shout out to Addison for giving us some compliment.
yeah. Like I said, I'm leaving that in there. Her and I, you know, we're close. I don't care.
Well, everybody else doesn't know that.
Okay,
Edit
everybody
it out.
else. Her and I, we're close. I don't care.
That's all Shane.
Oh, he did
Email
give his
him
budget.
at
Yeah.
shanebeecham@gmail.com.
That's actually
Was
not my
it?
email, but yeah,
Yeah.
email me there.
Oh, that's crazy.
What?
His bucket list was bungee jumping.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, we
he
did
did
get
say
his.
that. We did get
Yeah.
that. Why'd you lie?
So
Yeah.
what's your second thing you had?
Oh,
no,
my-
you said you had a story then a
No,
topic.
yeah, it's just a question. What is the dumbest thing you've ever done in public?
Ooh.
Try to crawl out of a car.
Yeah, that kind of ties into the embarrassing deal.
I don't know, but I mean,
Dumbest thing versus most embarrassing thing. Because I've done a lot of dumb
yeah,
stuff that's not
I've got
embarrassing.
more for dumbest.
Yeah, most of the dumb stuff I've done, I'm not embarrassed of
The-
because I did it. I did it
Willingly.
willingly, 100%, no half sin.
Like
I
doing
did it,
donuts on the
and
beach.
That was sick though.
Somehow you got out of that without a ticket.
Exactly. This guy. Okay,
well,
I'll
maybe
tell you
because
guys
we
the
were in
story.
a different state, and
I'll
you
tell
know.
you guys the story.
It's Texas.
All right. This was a good story. All right. So we went down to Texas for our bishop's homecoming services, and when we got down there, several of us decided to go to the beach, and in my car, we might not should be telling this.
Why?
Nobody's really going to ride with me now. But anyways, we said it'd be years before we told anybody this. I think it's been long enough. But in my car, it was me, Levi, and our friend David. I think that was all.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And we got down there, and I was like, dude, what if I turned my traction control off and we just started doing donuts? So I did. I just started doing donuts and everything. David, I wanted to record it, so I let David drive, and he started doing donuts. And then we see a truck start driving over. Oh, no. And we know that it's not good because it's got a push bar and a light bar on top. So we know it's coming. So I hop in my car acting like I don't know what's coming and like act like I'm trying to look for something.
Just cruising on the beach.
And the cop, it wasn't even a cop. It was like
I don't know.
Game warden?
It was like a game warden or something like that.
Yeah, that's more dangerous when you're on the beach.
He was packing, yes. Anyways.
You have a big old hog leg on the side.
But anyways, he came over and he's like, whose car is this? And I was honest. I was like, it's mine. And he walked over and he was like, what were y'all just doing? Like one that's okay. All right. What were y'all just doing? Okay. Oh no, we were just driving. But I said, we saw the beach was empty and we thought we'd have some fun. He's like, well, man, you got your license and insurance on you? And I just changed my insurance.
Sure.
So it wasn't in like a glove box or anything. So I gave him my license, and at this time, I'm not going to tell you why, but I had like 30 guns in my car.
I remember that.
One of the first questions he asked me after I gave him my license, do you have any guns in your car? And my heart stopped. When I say my heart stopped, I mean my heart stopped. I told him, I said, I've got one or two, and he could tell I was nervous. And he was like, well, as long as you keep your hands away from them and and all that, we're good. And so I went in the car to get my insurance, and I started looking around and I couldn't find my insurance. And I told him, I was like, I can't find it. It's in here anyway, somewhere. And he's like, well, do you mind if I help you look? I was like, no, man, come on. And it was at that time that it hit me that I had more than one or two guns in the car. I told him, I said, hey, I've got a few more guns than one or two in the car. He said, where are they? I said, well, most of them are in the trunk. I've got one. I've got a pistol over here by the driver's seat. This was me neglecting the thought of the shotgun that I had in the passenger seat. I had forgotten about that completely. Anyways, so we were looking through the car and everything, and it was at this point that he was like, well, do you think it'll be in your trunk? He said that right after, and yeah, I'm going to have my insurance in my trunk right after I told you that I had 50 guns in my trunk. So
right
I was like,
next to the dead body.
So I said, it might be, I don't know. He said, well, you mind popping the trunk? Let me take a look. And I was like, okay. But anyways, I popped the trunk and he's like, yeah, that's quite a few guns you got there. But we looked through the trunk for a second. It wasn't there. I started looking in the passenger seat because it had clicked where my insurance was. And I didn't realize that it was under the shotgun, but it was under the shotgun. And I start reaching for my insurance, and he's looking at me kind of weird, and my hand is touching the shotgun. So I dart out of the car, hands in the air.
That's a good way to get shot.
He said,
moved a little too quick.
And he said, what's up, buddy? I said, I found my insurance card. And he said, where is it? I said, it's under that shotgun in the passenger seat. He went over and he picked up the shotgun. It was one of those, it's a Mossberg. It's the Mossberg Shockwave. It's a tiny shotgun. He said, "Hey son, how many inches is this barrel?" I said, "I don't know. It came like that." So he was like, "All right." And I gave him my insurance, and he gave me the rundown. "No, this is dangerous. You don't need to be doing this. People have died like this." I was like, "No, they haven't." Anyways, but he let me off with a warning. He told me just not to be doing no more donuts on the beach, and we were good, dude. But I got a really cool video out of it. I did video it in slow motion. And it looked really cool. So
I do want to say, as all of that's happening, me and David are calmly throwing a football probably like 10 feet away from all of this happening. And I remember just throwing the football, looking over, looking at Shane, and I was like, man, hope everything's okay.
We don't have a ride out of here.
I remember the whole time just thinking, I'm about to go to jail. I was seriously thinking I was about to go to jail because...
they could have got you out though.
But I would probably have lost the guns because I was 21 at the time. I was maybe 19. So I mean, if it hadn't been Texas, I probably would have gotten in big trouble.
Yeah. I've got one story on this, and then we'll move to another topic. I had this bright idea of making my own boat.
This was wonderful.
And I made this boat. Me and Jesse and Caleb worked on this boat, and we made this boat.
This wasn't
perfect.
the Flex Seal one either.
No, this was 4 50-gallon drums. No, I think we ended up putting 5 on there, one in the middle. Yeah. We basically just made a big barge. Painted that joker.
A big dock.
And it was way too big for the trailer that we hauled it on. So
And it was heavy.
It was so heavy. Oh, it was so heavy. Should I go all the way through this story?
All the way through.
Okay.
All the way.
So we got it loaded up on there. First of all, the paint I used was a oil-based paint.
I'm sorry. I got to interrupt you right there. Corinth is getting a Chick-fil-A.
Yo!
Is that a reliable source?
Like actually?
Ian
Bro, that
Maddox-
is a meme on Facebook.
Okay,
and you're trusting
but
it.
I'm just saying, there's a spark of hope that Corinth is about to get a Chick-fil-A.
I doubt it.
Where would they even put that?
I'll
in?
Google it. Hang on.
Anyways, back to my story. So we got this thing put on the trailer, finally, and we got white paint all over us, but we were so invested, we were just like, all right, we're going. So we get out to where we're unloading the boat, and we just back the trailer off in the water. The back of his rodeo's underwater pretty much because we had to go down so far. So we get out there. We got a little trolling motor fixed up. We got maybe, 30 yards from the bank, and the trolling motor battery just dies on us. It charged all night. It just dies.
It was pushing so much weight.
Oh, yeah.
There was 5 of us on that boat.
We were barely even moving, like barely moving. So we wanted to go all the way across. So we all got off and started swimming and pushing this boat, which was very heavy and hard to do.
Very heavy.
So we got over there and
it wasn't cutting the water. The
Yeah.
barrels were just like hitting
it was
water.
not aerodynamic, or what would that be called?
Water dynamic.
Yeah, it was not water dynamic, aqua dynamic. So it took everything to get across the water. Well, then we had to come back across. So we get headed back across, and we're like, you know what? If we lose one of these barrels, this thing would be a little bit lighter. So we go up underneath it. And we detach a barrel. I don't know where it went after that. So we got it back to the bank and got it loaded back up, and that was the last time that little boat ever seen water.
You remember how we had to get it back though after we got that?
Yeah, we pushed it, didn't we?
Yeah, we had to get in the water and swim and push it.
Yeah.
There was no getting a paddle.
Right.
Because it was so high up from the water.
Yeah.
You had to, like, every one of us had to get in the water.
But I
and
will
swim
say,
and push.
that thing would not flip.
That is true.
We were trying to flip it, hoping that maybe
So
it
you
would
basically
sink.
made a pontoon.
Yeah, it would not flip. We tried very
Just
hard.
the worst version.
All of us got on one side and was bouncing up and down, and it would not flip.
So y'all
Yeah.
wanted to die.
And I gotta say, Cody did a good job building it because that thing was very heavy.
It was sturdy. I think we all had like $40 in it. I sold it to one of my buddies for a duck blind.
A guy was seriously bought a thing and was like, "This guy don't know what he got. I'm gonna use this. It's gonna be perfect."
We
he's
made
still
five,
he's still stranded in the middle of Pickwick.
we made $5 off of it.
5? All right. I got a topic.
One more topic.
Yeah, last topic. Things that you got in trouble at school for. Like you got like ISD,
Not being
like,
at
you know what I'm
school?
A
saying?
lot of fighting.
You know what I'm saying?
Fights, yeah. Fights.
Fights?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Who wants to start?
I fought a kid over
Who
a
wants to
baseball.
go?
I
It wasn't
think I
really a
have-
kid.
I
I
think
fought
I
a guy
have the
over a
king.
baseball one time.
on
Okay,
that.
I'll start. Me and my brother, we'll make it quick. Me and my brother were on the way to school one morning. We brought a shotgun shell with us.
Ooh.
We had a pocket knife. We opened the shotgun shell up and got all the BBs out.
Ooh.
And our plans were when we got home to drill through the top to make a little necklace out of it. Little did we know there's gunpowder once you get through the primer pin or whatever.
Yeah.
So my brother gives the BBs, some of them, because we split the BBs on the bus. He carried half of them, I carried half of them. Thought we was the coolest thing in school. He gives some of them to his buddy.
You want to see these BBs?
And his Bubba, or his buddy, he was my Bubba. His buddy starts throwing these BBs at people in class. And then they all get to throwing them back and forth, and a couple of them hit the teacher because she's oblivious to what's going on until it hits her. And then she's like, all right, who threw that? And then my brother was just like, I brought a shotgun shell to school. And so my dad got called to the office, and we got in so much trouble over that. Shane?
I do got to say, you know, I found out Caleb did listen to our podcast where we were dogging on him about him proposing. So, formal apology right here. He didn't pick the coldest day of the year.
It was not the coldest day of the year.
Because literally it was like a week after he proposed. It got down
it
to
was days. It was like 4 days.
like just a few days after he proposed, it got down to like 9 degrees, and we got the worst snowstorm we've had since like the 90s. So, Caleb, if you're listening to this one, sorry, buddy.
All right, Levi, what'd you get in trouble for?
I get in trouble a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Not because like I'm a bad kid, just because like I think the rules are dumb. Honestly, there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the system, bro.
Yeah, it
It's the
really
system.
is, and I don't know why I get in trouble so much. But this day, I was just like, there's like moods that I get in at school where I'm just like, I don't even want to be here.
I feel that.
I think
And
we
then
all have those moods.
that's when I try to get in trouble. Like I try. Cause like I want ISD. I want to get out of class. So this day I was like, I'm ready to go home. It was probably like 3rd block, I think. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go home. I'm out of checkouts, by the way, at this point. Like I cannot get checked out anymore because I left school that many times. Like my mom called up. But today I was like, nah, forget that. I left school. Didn't tell nobody. I was like, all right, I'm gonna head out. So then I leave school. Right after school, I get in my truck, I'm driving home, and I'm like, I'm kind of just like, look, I'm just driving. I'm like, was that a good idea? Then I was like, yeah, that was a good idea. So like, I kid you not, bro. I go to the gas station, I get a drink, I get a cheeseburger, go home, watch Kung Fu Panda. Like, yo,
that was a good idea.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And then I was like, Kung Fu Panda is the best movie ever. So
Wait a minute. Which one?
the first one, and then I watched the rest of them like the rest of that week. So I get back to next day. I get back to school. Nobody's saying nothing to me. I was like, psh, got away with it. I was like, nobody cares.
I'm going to do it again.
I'm still tempted to do it again. So I get through like half the day. I think we're in 2nd or 3rd block. Then I get like, the teacher was like, Levi, you got to go to the office. And I was like, it is what it is. Like, I was like, it's whatever. So I go to the office and they're like, yeah, you're going to get in trouble. And then I went to ISD and I loved it. I love ISD. I'm not even playing. I would 10 out of 10 recommend it. For sure.
Absolutely.
I loved it, bro.
Some of your teachers are going to hear this and they're going to make it worse.
I don't care. Anyways.
I love how you just said that.
The weird thing is like, how are they going to punish me from not wanting to be in class by making me not go to class? Like, what is that? Like, you're giving me exactly what I want.
Your principal's hearing this right now. It's like,
Dude, he can
this
come
is a
at
good
me, bro.
idea. No, but he's
not
sitting
gonna
there
care.
thinking
He's
like,
cool.
this is a good idea. Like we're changing this and just give you extra class time.
I'm not with it. So I don't.
But see, we used to do that all the time. They didn't care.
No, well, they
Yeah,
care
like,
now.
we didn't have a number of checkouts. You just got checked out.
Yeah.
Well, this was called checkouts.
Yeah.
Like oh really? You
Yeah.
guys? Well,
And then sometimes we
we only-
Y'all just did it too much.
we
is
only
what it
get
is.
like 6 out of the whole year.
But most of the time we'd come back. Like we would leave and go get something for
6
lunch.
out of the whole year.
Yeah, isn't
Yep.
that soft? That's dumb.
Is it the whole year or is it just per
Man,
semester?
Dude, I
Schools
think that's
changed.
if it's per semester, then I'm getting out the rest of the school year, bro. I'm out of there.
So I went to a private school. So I mean, they was really lenient with me. I walked out of class several times and
I
they
ain't
didn't
never
care.
coming back.
I think the problem is though is my teacher just didn't like me. So if I
She
left,
was
it was
like,
a
okay.
sweet relief.
Did
So,
you
like,
wear a red polo shirt to this private school?
Yeah, we had a uniform.
Hey.
We had to wear polos, either red, navy blue, or white. Except for on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, we had to wear a white button up and black dress pants.
Jake from State Farm.
I wish a video of you from then would like resurface or something. That'd be
I've already said I'm going to post on social, so it will. I told him for this. I said I'll post it just to promote the podcast. We can post that on our Instagram, so asking people what their most embarrassing moment was. So The people will see it, but
So you just got in trouble because you were just getting in trouble all the time.
no, me and my teacher fought all the time. Honestly, we would. One time I came in, I had a little Thor hammer keychain, and
You
my
hit her
cousin.
with it.
No, I wanted to. My cousin had a little like a bowling pot on his head, like one of those really deep pots, and he's wearing it on his head. And I came up with that Thor hammer keychain, and I just popped to the top of it, and it made the loudest ding. And they had somebody in the classroom like wanting to come to our school, like touring the school, and I did that. And my teacher just looked at me like I'm gonna kill you, and I just kind of laughed at her. And so her and I, we didn't get along at all. So when I would leave, I think she would probably be like, rejoicing because I'd just walk out of class. I'd get up, it'd be, 10, 11 o'clock. I'd just get up and just walk out just randomly. I'd be sitting there thinking, I don't want to be here. And I'd just get up and walk out. We also had a couch. See, going to a private school, I only stayed in one class. I didn't move classes. So we also had a couch in our classroom. It looked like the back of a car. And I'd just go up there and take naps.
Kids, do not do anything at school that you hear on this podcast.
Hey, I still passed to the 4.0.
I've got like a 2.7. It's not good. It's not good.
What did you get in trouble for?
This is really dumb. Like, I'm going to be 100% honest.
That's what we request.
Yes, I know. Me and my friend.
Does your mom know about this?
Yes.
Okay.
Me and my friend from school decided that we were going to take our math teacher's markers. She never used them. I don't know why we did it. It was honestly stupid. Well, he ended up putting all his in my backpack. Okay. Well, one day she decided she was wanting to draw on her board or something. I don't even know what she's doing with them. And there's a bunch of her cheerleader girls or whatever in my class, so they snitched on us for it. We got ISD because we stole her markers.
Wow.
Yeah, it was dumb. And he flushed one of them down the toilet.
Respect.
Wow.
I think everybody stole from school.
For sure. Eventually,
You have to.
had to.
I used to
Even
steal
if it
markers
was-
too.
Dude,
I don't even
pencils,
really like
I'd
markers.
snatch a pencil off
Is a
somebody's desk.
pencil,
all the time.
is a pencil stealing?
I don't know, but like
If it's
I will
not yours,
say,
it's stealing.
I will say one of the things I do kind of feel bad about is those like fine tip pens.
Yeah.
I would snatch those.
Mm-hmm.
I love those pens, bro.
Yep. They look so good though.
I know.
All right, Jesse,
Stole 'em.
what did you get in trouble for?
So, I know I said I had the king of ideas, or not ideas, but things that I got in trouble for at school. I'm actually not going to tell that story,
Okay, good.
just because I want to save a little bit of my reputation or
Okay,
something.
you're good.
So,
But that was the king.
that was one of the dumbest things, and I did get in trouble. I went to alternative school for that. Anyhow,
Oh, dang.
yeah, it was bad.
Are we
Anyhow,
allowed
in
to say
alternative
dang?
school, by the way, I don't know how alternative school would be for anybody else, but for me, it was.
Yes, that's all
So,
I heard. That's all I heard.
Since we was a private school, we were the alternative school.
Yeah.
So there was one kid. He's one of my best friends. Like he got somebody. He said somebody lied on him, and he like brought a gun to school or something like that, or a knife or something. So he got sent to alternative school, and he came to our school. So we were the alternative
Wow.
school.
Yeah, but so I guess the other story would be something I got in trouble for at school was I slept through like every class, never done homework, but I like aced all of my tests, and so I was in Algebra 2 one day, and I was asleep at my desk, and like my forehead was kind of, how you just like class sleep, like your forehead's up and your mouth's open. Yeah. Well, this dude beside me, which I don't blame him, I would have done the same thing. He takes a Sharpie and starts drawing on my forehead.
Oh, man.
Well, my family, we aren't happy sleepers.
No.
We aren't okay with waking up.
You wake him up when he don't want to.
It's just we're not happy. So the guy's sitting there, he's drawing, or he only makes like 2 marks on my forehead, and of course I feel it. And so like I'll wake up and I like slam my desk and I go off on this dude. And I just let him have it. In the middle of the class, like she's up there, X square, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like in the middle of class, boom, go off on the guy. Well, then, so I get put outside the class, and she's like, you need to go outside. You need to cool off. You need blah, blah, blah. Well, so I go outside the classroom. I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity. I got woke up from my nap. Let's go back to sleep. So I lay down in the school hall right outside Algebra 2 class, and I just go back to sleep. So like 20 minutes later, they're doing some work, and she walks out. She walks out the door, and she sees me asleep. Some of the people that I was close to at the time done drugs. I did not do drugs, but some of the people I was close to done drugs. I sat in the principal's office with the principal, vice principal, and at that time I played football, and the football coach and assistant football coach for literally like an hour. And they're like, Jesse, just tell us, who gave you the drugs? I'm like, bro, I ain't taking anything. I just sleep a lot. Ask anybody. They're like, no, Jesse, what'd you take? Do you need to go to the hospital? I was like, no, I just need to go back to sleep. That's all I need. Literally like an hour. And they actually sent me home. They're like, all right, just go home and sleep this off and come out. I was like, I am going to go sleep it off just like I do every single day. I'm going to go sleep. But I did get in trouble.
Awesome.
Okay, so you this reminded me. We didn't really get in trouble for this, but it was a fight story. It was our Christmas party at school, and when I was younger, I got a little wild. I like to overreact about things, and we were about to play Dirty Santa, and they had gifts on the table, and while everybody was just taking a look at the gifts, there's this kid. He was probably skinnier than Collins. Like, he was tiny. Anyways, when there's the group of people looking at the gifts and everything, I ran up, me being at the time probably 220, 6'2", just charging at the group. And when I went in, it knocked the little kid on the ground. He's older than I am, but it knocked him on the ground. Anyways, so I'm standing in the group and everything, and it's done going on. I didn't think nothing of it. He never said nothing about it. A few minutes later, he comes and just shoulder charges me into the group of people that I'm talking to.
Wow.
Like I said, he's tiny, so I maybe took a step forward. So as he's walking off after doing that, I grab his arm, and I'm getting serious. I'm like, don't you ever do that again. And when I've got his right arm, and he comes around with his left arm and just throws a haymaker just all the way across.
Oh, caught him by surprise.
Well, like I said, he's smaller than Collins, so it didn't really hurt or nothing. It popped me in the head, and I was like, oh no. So I start swinging back, and we're fighting, and he swings weird. Like, he swings just like wide. Like, he don't like throw punch. He was swinging wide, and when I noticed that, I think he had his eyes closed too, because I just kind of like crouched down under his punches, and he was just still swinging. Never hit, not a single one of them hit me. And I just I did that, and I grab him by his knees and pick him up and body slam him into a desk that he's right behind. Finally, my mom was a teacher at this point, and then my other teacher was there, and they were just watching it. They just let it happen. And then I just hear my mom from the background, boys, like, she didn't care. She was just like, boys, stop. And then finally, after it was over with, the principal showed up, and he's like, hey, today's a Christmas party. I'm sure y'all don't want this on y'all's permanent records, so just apologize to each other, and you'll be good. And we apologized to each other, and we never got in trouble for it.
Do you think your mom would have acted different if you weren't winning?
I don't know. Probably so. But she probably
my son.
no. She probably saw me winning, and she was like, "Oh, that's my boy. That's my."
That is the beauty of being a man, is you can just. Really, you don't hold grudges or anything like that.
You're just done.
You're just done. You shake hands and go your separate ways.
I think everybody's fist fought their best friend.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we fought. Yeah. But thank you guys for listening yet again. We will be back next week. Go leave us a review, whether it's good or bad. We want to hear it. Leave us a like.
Live your best life.
Live your best life. That's our advice for this.
Go easy on the dogs, bro.
And so far, these things have been getting longer and longer, and we're just.
And don't do anything that you heard here at school.
And cut your podcast off at the right time. Don't let it.
Nothing.
Nothing.